Hi, my name's Laurene Hayden. Thanks for joining me for this heart healing practice for grief and loss of any kind. The goals of this practice are to move emotional energy with focus at the heart and lungs, to ground through breath-centered sequencing and body awareness, self-nurture by calling up our feminine energy, connect with your inner strength to heal, and bring mindful attention to restfulness by resting in the pauses and resting poses. We're going to begin the practice with a hand position called a mudra. Hasta mudra means hand position. And we're going to take what's called the yoga mudra. So placing your palms together, fingertips together, and then just fold the fingers so that the left forefinger goes on top. The left thumb is over the right thumb. And just fold all the way down to the base of the fingers. You can keep your hands lifted in front of your body or rest them down, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Yoga mudra represents union. It's supportive of the self, transcending earthly restraints, and receiving divine aid. Just take a moment to find yourself here as you've come to your yoga mat to support and heal. Taking this time for self-nurturing and self-support. You can gently begin to deepen your breath. Just making that breath aware in your body. And then join me for an opening intention in words borrowed from Sean Korn. May this practice reconnect me to my body, ground me in the here and now, and heal me from my grief. I ask for clarity and for the strength to let go of any limited beliefs that keep me resistant to change and unavailable to growth. Instead, may I open my heart, see beyond reason, accept without condition, and love without hesitation. May this practice be blessed. When you're ready, you can release the mudra, place your hands on your knees, and we'll just start with some seated warm-ups, starting with a seated cat-cow. So just start to rock yourself gently forward and back. The inhale can gently let the heart rise, little contraction through the back. Exhale, fingers can wrap around the knees to support you. As you gently rock your body weight back, let your chin move toward the heart space. Let your gaze go toward yourself. And just start to move back and forth a couple of times like that with your breath. And then if you'd like to add a little extra heart opening variation here, after you exhale, round, let that space after the exhale take that stretch through your shoulders nice and deep. You can inhale and sweep the arms out, back, maybe even touch the fingertips down behind you. And then forward again, hands to knees. Inhale, heart lifts, heart opens, shoulders are back, arms are back. Exhale, hands to knees, supporting yourself as you rock back. Shoulders can come forward. One more. Coming back to center, we're going to lift up with the inhale, straight up, left hand to the left of you on the ground. As you exhale, sweep your right arm over. Let your fingers touch the center of your head. We're stimulating some marma points here Inhale, right hand to ground, left arm comes up. Again, exhale, fingertips touch the center point of the head. Again, switch, inhale, right arm up, left hand down. Left hand supports, elbow bends, pressure at the top of the head. And then again. So these marma points are helping to soothe and calm any kind of emotional tension through the head, through the neck, the body. And then we're going to take the fingers to the hairline, right at the center of the forehead. And we'll just do that a few times, pressing at the hairline. You can let the head arc to the side as you go. And then come back to center and we'll take a pause. So pausing between the poses or the sequences helps the body to digest and assimilate what you've just done. Gives us a feeling of restfulness. Next, we're going to transition to our tabletop position. Come to hands and knees. Placing knees below hips and wrists below shoulders or slightly forward of shoulders if that feels better for your wrists. Let the weight be spread evenly across the hands. Coming into cat-cow sequence, we're going to exhale to round the back and inhale to arch the back. And just repeat that a few times, moving with the rhythm of your own breath. The length of your breath is the length of the movement. Just tuning into your own pace. Feeling a stretch across the back as the tail tucks and chin moves toward the chest. Pushing the mat away with the hands. Reversing one more time, tail up, chest up. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Curl your toes under with your exhale. Press back to downward facing dog. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. If you'd like to walk your feet out a little bit as you enter our first downward dog here, spread your fingers out. Put the weight up toward the tops of your palms and into the knuckles of the fingers. And then even the weight across the balls of the feet. Lift your tailbone. You can even lift your heels. Elongate your spine, and then lengthen your arms and press your heart back towards your feet. We're nourishing the brain, reversing the blood flow here. Waking us up to the presence of ourselves here in our own bodies. And then after your next exhale, let your knees come down. We're moving into the beach flow. So we're going to inhale, returning again to cow pose with the chest up, the tail up. And then exhale, rounding in cat. With the inhale, lift your hands. Come up on the knees, exalted camel pose. Open your chest to the sky. You can widen the arms. And then hips toward heels. Come down with a flat back, hinging at the hips. Hands touch down, head touches down. Extended child. Swoop forward with the heart low toward the ground. And as you come forward, then elbows lift. Return to cow, curl your toes under. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. So we're moving with breath, coming into this small vinyasa flow here. The knees come down. Inhale, chest up, tail up, cow pose. Exhale, round, tuck your tail. Cat. Rise up, hands lift, arms up and open, heart open, back bending with an inhale. Exhale, let the hips drop as you come forward, heart leads, then hands and head touch down. Again, forward and up into cow, toes are under. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Knees down, chest up, tail up. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round and cat. Inhale to rise, lift up, open up, exalted camel. Exhale, bow, heart leads. Then hands and head come down. One more round. Inhale, cow. Toes are under, we press back, downward dog. Knees down, chest up, cow. Exhale, round cat. Rise up, inhale. And fold forward, hinge from the hips, strong back here. Coming down, heart is leading, hands down, head down, pause. You can rest your arms down if you like, or keep your arms extended. Take a couple of breaths. You might feel your heart beating. We've awakened the heart energy with that sequence. Pausing here, bringing fresh oxygen-rich blood into the heart space, into the lungs. Lungs are the area of the body that can tend to hold grief. When you feel ready, lift your head, move your hands back, knees together. We're coming to side seat twist. Move your hips over to the left, feet go slightly to the right. You can stack your right foot over your left arch. The right hand comes across to the left knee, left hand behind. Really root down through your left sit bone, almost like you're tucking your tail under. At the same time, lift up through your chest with your inhale. And as you exhale, twist. You can use the hands here for support. Looking over your left shoulder, down at your left fingers. It's fine to continue looking left, or if you'd like, you can move with me as we shift the gaze, inhaling, turning the head to the right, looking up toward the ceiling, up toward the sky. Exhale, looking back down at the ground, toward the left, over the left shoulder. Again, inhale, up and to the right, and exhale, down to the left. A couple more. Inhale, turning head straight, unwind, change sides. Move through tabletop, knees together, hips to heels, and then scoot your hips over to the right as the feet move a little to the left. Left foot over right arch. Left hand crosses to right knee. Right hand is behind for support. Drawing back through that right hip point. We're going to put the right hand down, lift sternum, inhaling. And as you exhale, twist, looking over your right shoulder, look down at your right hand. Really grounding down through that right sit bone as you continue to lift up through the sternum. And it's fine to continue gazing down, holding this pose, or we can shift our gaze, shift our perspective, inhaling, looking up, looking over to the left, exhale, looking down. This represents looking back in remembrance, inhale, looking up and forward to the future. And a couple more. Shifting the gaze as you turn the head so the eyes are moving. And then we're going to come back to center. Knees and feet together, and sit back on your heels. If this is not very comfortable for your feet or ankles, you can always use a block in between your feet, just separating the knees and feet slightly, and you can sit like this. So next we're going to take a seated pose this is thunderbolt pose. So this is very grounding. This is very helping us to settle our energy, feel supported, and we're going to open the back of the heart with eagle arms. So inhale to sweep your arms up, lift up, stretch through your sides of the lungs. As you exhale, Bring your left arm under your right, cradle elbows, and then cross at the forearms or wrists. If you like here, you can find that yoga mudra, crossing your fingers like you're holding your own hands. Bring the elbows down. Lift your heart up. And then again, we're going to move with breath. So as the elbows come down, you can lift your chin, lift your gaze with your inhale. You can make a little back bend using your back muscles. Exhale, lift the elbows, lift the hands, and bow your head into your arms. Again, inhale, elbows down, chin up, throat is open here. Exhale, bow, like you're giving your head your own little hug. Moving with your own breath pace. So really opening the shoulders here. We're going to release, unclasp the hands if you had them wound. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And this time the right arm goes under the left. Cradle your elbows, cross the forearms, the wrists, maybe yoga mudra. Elbows coming down with the chest up. Inhale, you can lift your gaze, lift your chin slightly, and as you exhale, lift your elbows. Hands are going above the head as you drop your face into your arms. Inhale, elbows down, gaze up. Exhale, opening the back of the heart space, back body known as the spiritual side of the body. So we're bridging between the earthly front, spiritual back, recognizing our complexity in times like these. When you're ready, you can release. Just let your hands rest on your thighs for a few moments. Allow the chest to relax, let your shoulders relax. Just receive this. Take some deep breaths. So next we're going to do some more active poses. We're going to get ourselves moving. As you're ready, come forward again to tabletop, hands and knees position. And press yourself right back to downward dog. So again, firm foundation with the hands. Fingers spread wide like rays of the sun coming out of the centers of your hands, curl toes under. Start by moving back when you come into your downward dog. So the knees lift as the arms start to come beside the ears, heart melting back toward the knees or toward the toes. Tailbone reaching up. Breathe deeply here. If you need to wiggle and move a little bit to acclimate into your dog, that is totally good. Next, inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee. We're just going to open this out to open this right hip and thigh. Point your knee up toward the ceiling. Reach your knee up toward the ceiling. You can drop your left heel down. Maybe do some circles through that right ankle if that's feeling good to you. And then inhale, square your hips, extend your right leg. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. You are most welcome to put some blocks on either side of your forward foot, if that feels useful to you. We're going to inhale to rise up into our exalted crescent. Lift up, reach up, stretch up. Exhaling, bend your front knee. Bring the hands down behind your hips, yoga mudra. Take a few breaths here. Bending the front knee, pushing back through the left heel. Left leg is strong, shoulder blades squeezing together. Hold your lower body as is. Inhale to sweep your arms up overhead. As you exhale, left hand comes down, right arm sweeps up, crescent twist. You can gaze up to the right, up at your right hand or up in front of your right hand. Try to keep your back heel nice and aware, pointing straight up toward the ceiling. Don't let it roll out to the left. Reach through your right arm. Feel the engagement through your arms. Your arms are an extension of your heart energy. Through the arms. When you're ready, right hand comes down. Bring your left knee to the mat. Coming into crescent lunge. You can keep your toes curled under or not. You can extend them back. And lift your heart here. I want you to sink your hips forward. These hip openers help to move energy out of that pelvic region that can become stuck and stagnant if we're not flowing the energy properly through the second chakra. So just let the front of that left hip open as you let your hips sink forward. Breathe. Again, if you want some blocks here, it might feel nice to support the weight so your leg can really relax behind you. When you're ready to release, curl your back toes under, lift your left knee, step your right foot back from your plank pose with hips level with the rest of the body. You're going to bring your knees down a little bit wider than hips and come into a wide leg child pose. Hips come back to heels, forehead touches down, heart is melting toward the earth. Breathe. If it feels good to you, you can turn your head to one side and melt even more. As if you're just embracing Mother Earth. Mother Earth is also embracing you. If you have your head turned, you might like to turn it the other side. And when you're ready, head center, move your hands back toward your knees. And we're going to come back into tabletop. Curl toes under and press back to downward facing dog. We're just going to repeat that whole crescent sequence on the other side. So with your next inhale, sweep your left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and open the body out to the left as you lift your left knee up toward the ceiling. Right heel can descend toward the mat. Nice deep opening here, reaching that leg up. If you want to circle through the left ankle a few times, feel free to take that for yourself. And then inhale, extend the left leg, square your hips. As you exhale, left foot steps forward between the hands, blocks or not as you like. Now establish your lower crescent, making sure you have firm foothold, plenty of space side to side between the feet, and then rise up. Lift up, squeeze up, reach up. As you exhale, hands come down behind the hips. Interlace fingers, yoga mudra. Dropping back into that back heel, push back through the heel. Right leg is nice and long and extended. You feel some stretch through that right thigh as you bend your left knee, sinking a little bit deeper. Just come as low as you like. You'll notice yourself changing as you hold and breathe. You can come deeper or back out of it. Nice deep breaths. And then we're going to keep the lower body low. Keep it just the same. Inhale the arms up. And then as you exhale, take your right hand down. Maybe you'll block below the hand. Left arm up. So roll that right heel in so it's pointing straight up. Twisting through the waist. Reach through your arms. Spread your beautiful heart energy from the center out in both directions, down and up, right and left. And then left hand comes down, the back knee comes down. You can keep your toes curled under or untuck your toes. And then just use the support of the hands so that you can really relax the front of your right hip. Sink your pelvis forward. Breathe into it. One more breath. And then move your hips back, curl your toes, place your hands on your mat, step back to downward dog. Come forward to plank. Again, take the knees wide. And this time we're going to keep the hips high, reach hands forward. Puppy pose. If you'd like, you can use your block under your forehead here, or let your head come all the way to the ground. Extend your arms. Reach your hands forward and plug your palms onto the ground. Really melt your heart. Maybe your nose is touching down as well. Next, we're going to come forward onto the belly. So align your fingertips as you start to come forward right at the top of your mat. And then move your feet and your legs back. Legs are together. The thighs and the pelvis come to the earth. Coming into Sphinx pose, we want the elbows right below the shoulders. Have some awareness in the hands and reach back out through your legs and your feet. Sternum is lifting. We feel a really nice elongation through the whole front abdominal panel. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Heart is lifting. Legs are long. Squeeze. Reach back through your toes. When you're ready, release this pose, coming down onto the chest. Put your arms by your sides. Turn your head to one side, resting the ear on the ground. Let your palms face up and just relax your whole body. I just want you to surrender into the earth here. Stay with your breath. Next is Cobra pose. Place the hands down below the shoulders as you bring your head center. Activate the legs, pulling the heels together. Reach out through your toes. Legs press onto the ground. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your head and your chest. Use your back muscles to lift you, pressing your elbows toward your hips. So hands are just here for support, but we're not pushing up into that deeper back bend. We really want to strengthen our own backbone here. Breathe. And then release. Lower yourself down, turning your head opposite. Ear resting to ground. Arms by your sides, palms up. Toes in, heels out. Relax your body. Surrender to Mother Earth. Be supported. Allow yourself to be held. Just breathe and rest. Next, we're going to do locust pose. So we're going to, again, take that self-supporting symbolic yoga mudra hand position, interlacing the fingers behind. Reach the arms back, and then with your forehead resting on the ground, legs long and engaged, Start to lift the hands, the arms up and back behind you as far as you can in space. Just go back and up. And when it's as high as it can be, lift the head and the chest. And if it's comfortable for you, go ahead and lift your feet as well. Lift and breathe. Reach out through the arms, the hands, everything active here. Strengthening your back body, breathing and lifting. And then release. Turn your head the opposite way from before and rest. Toes in, heels out, palms up, let go. It's totally fine if you want to close your eyes here. We're going to repeat that same pose again, locust, and this time switch the clasp of your yoga mudra. Let your right forefinger and thumb be on top. Extend the arms, heels together. Reach through your toes. You can use forehead to ground or chin to ground as you lift your arms. And then lift your head and chest. Energize the legs and perhaps lift your feet. Breathe. Next exhale, release, lower down, look the opposite side. Toes in, heels out, palms up, relax, let go. Maybe you can be very intimately in touch with your own beating heart here. Next is bow pose. Bend your knees. Reach your hands back. It's fine if you want to just reach straight back here. If it's available to you, hold your fingers around your ankles. Start with the knees closer toward midline. Shoulders back, inhale. As you exhale, lift. Lift your chest. Move your arms back. And then lift your knees and your thighs. Push your feet against your fingers. Breathe. And release. Place your hands below your shoulders. Press yourself up. We're coming to infant pose. So bring your knees under you. Knees and feet together, hips to heels. Hands go back by the feet. And lay your body over your legs. Lean your forehead against the ground. Let your arms rest against the ground. Breathe into your back body. Next, we're going to transition onto the back. So just turn around, lower yourself down. We're going to start with robot bridge, as it's commonly referred to. Placing your backs of your arms against the ground, elbows hugging in against the waist, bending at the elbows so that the fingers are pointing up toward the ceiling. So we're going to press the arms back as we begin to arch the back, having the feet on the ground about hip width, and then tilting the pelvis so that you can press back into the sacrum and then down toward the tailbone. And really engage the back muscles. Keep the pelvis on the floor. So we're making an arc from the tailbone to basically the cervical spine. So up at the top of the back before we get to the neck, that C7 that is at the base of your neck. Breathe here. Front body really opening. The arms are engaged. The back muscles are engaged. Breathe into your beautiful self. And then release. Relax. Bring the knees up. And just hug your knees and rock a little bit side to side. Just rock yourself. Let that feel good. Next bridge variation we're going to do is going to include some pelvic tucks and pelvic tilts. So just return your feet to the ground here, and we're going to take this in stages and then put it all together. So you can let your hands rest on the ground beside you, and we're just going to start with a pelvic tilt. And to do the pelvic tilt, just like you did in robot bridge, you're going to press your tailbone back toward the ground. It might give a feeling like your feet might lift. So if you want to practice by gently lifting the feet, you can feel how the weight will naturally shift back toward your tailbone. And then with the feet firmly on the ground, exhaling, tuck your tailbone. And it almost feels like your pelvis and your sacrum lift away from the ground. So just rock back and forth from the tailbone to the sacrum a few times like that. Exhale to tuck and inhale to tilt. And then we're going to add some moving bridge to this, interweaving it here. So after the next exhale, when you tuck, inhaling, press with your feet, lift up, keep your thighs parallel to each other, push the weight up toward your upper back and shoulders. Make sure your neck and head are free. No weight ever in the neck here. Exhale to lower down, rolling through the spine. Inhale that pelvic tilt. So rocking back toward the tailbone, feels like the feet might lift. Exhale, pelvic tuck. Pull your belly button back toward your spine. Inhale to lift, rolling up. All the way, weight to shoulders or upper back. Exhale to lower down, rolling through the spine, through the low back. Inhale across the sacrum to the tailbone. And then we're going to add arm sweeps here if this is all feeling good. Exhale to tuck. Inhale, and as you lift and roll up through your spine, you can sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, as the arms come down, you're rolling down through your spine. Inhale, pelvic tilt, tailbone goes back. Exhale, pelvic tuck, belly button comes back, low back to ground. Inhale, roll up through your spine. Sweep your arms. Exhale, roll down, arms down, hands by your hips. Again, inhale, rock into your tailbone. Exhale, tail tuck. Inhale, roll up, sweep arms. And exhale, roll down. Bring your knees up and push one hand on each knee. And we're just going to do this sacral massage. So we're going to turn the knees down the center and then out to the side and back up towards the shoulder. So we're just circling the knees opposite each other, rolling across the sacrum, rolling across the sacroiliac joints, rocking side to side, kind of a little bit of a bicycle riding motion with your legs. And just let that feel good. Let that be a comforting, massaging action across that sacral area. Again, you're just rocking yourself for self-soothing comfort. When you feel complete here, place your feet on the ground, place your hands down, and we're going to come into a full sustained bridge pose. So we want to make sure the feet are nice and even, parallel to each other, and tuck the tail as you lift up, roll up again through your spine. This time, before you put the weight all the way up toward the shoulders, you can rock a little side to side as you bring your arms under you, behind you, and take that yoga mudra clasp once again. When you're ready, inhale. And as you exhale, fully engaging, you're going to push through the feet, lifting the thighs, letting the weight roll higher up on the back toward the shoulders, taking care that there's no weight in the neck. You can squeeze your shoulder blades closer together if that feels good. And then really use your back muscles. I want you to press up from right behind your heart. Lift your heart. Lift your heart from your back body. Breathe. A couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can release the hands, lower down. Let your shoulder blades come out from under. Bring your knees up toward your chest and wrap your arms all the way around your legs and really give yourself a good hug. So we're just stretching out the back here. If you want a little rock side to side, just let it feel good. And we're going to complete our practice here with a spinal twist with the right foot down, left leg long. So this is a part of the practice toward the end where we really aim to equalize the energy, moving hips to the right, right foot on left thigh, left hand across knee, inhale. And as you exhale, roll to your left. Come all the way over, sweep your right arm all the way over to the left and then up toward the ceiling as you inhale, and then exhale, breath opens the arm out as you look to the right and breathe. Breathe into your spine. So this deep twist is available to us because of all the movements we've done before. Equalizes the energy, realigns the spine, so we don't feel too low and we don't get too excited or too anxious, rolling back to center. So we just want to have that calm but active feeling through the whole body, nervous system, endocrine system. Other side, we're scooting the hips a little to the left, left foot on right thigh, right hand over knee. Inhale. As you exhale, roll all the way over to the right. Bring your left arm with you. Sweep it forward. Inhale, sweep it up. And slowly open out as you look to the left. Nice deep breaths. Your breath is massaging your spine here. Gently unwind, roll back to center, placing the hips and head center, and come into a resting pose, Shavasana. Scoop your tailbone a little to elongate your low back, and just feel the symmetry through the left and right sides of your body here as you let your toes roll out, palms face up. We're going to take some releasing breaths here, inhaling through the nose. Open the mouth to exhale. See if you can make some sound. You can make a ha breath. You can even make a vocal sound or a blended sound. Ah. And then just let yourself really rest. Relax your feet, your ankles, your legs, your knees, and your hips. Relax your belly, your seat, your low back. Relax your whole back, your chest, your shoulders. Relax your arms, your elbows and wrists, fingers and hands. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax your tongue, your lips and your cheeks, your chin. Relax your eyes, your eyebrows, and your forehead. Relax your scalp. Get a sense that your brain is resting comfortably, restoratively in the cradle of the skull. Everything's calm. Everything is perfectly fine in this moment. Let yourself rest. Just gently begin to deepen your breath again. Feel your breath inhabit your body. Feel yourself in your body as you begin to make some small movements. And we're going to find our way up to seated through a little side roll. So bend your knees, roll to your side, and use the upper hand to press yourself up away from the ground. And we're going to come to seated with the legs extended. And we're just going to open the back body completely before we close. So you can draw the flesh back from the sit bones, reaching out through the backs of your legs, out through your heels. It's fine if you'd like to reach your arms overhead with your inhale, or you can just let the arms stay resting. As you exhale, you're going to lean your heart forward towards your feet. Start to feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. The inhale can move you a little bit out of the stretch, and exhaling, approach it once again. Elongating your torso with your inhale and exhale. So we're really just inch by inch gathering and taking up all the slack through the back body, really opening the back body. As the heart comes forward. Feel free to hold on to your feet, either hands to ankles, hands to outer feet, or peace fingers to big toes. Maybe giving yourself a little bit more leverage to come deeper, letting the heart move more towards the knees and the face toward the shins. So just take it breath by breath, inch by inch, and moment by moment. Enjoy the depth of that stretch through your whole back body. Back of the heart space is very open here. And whenever you feel complete, you can come back up. Find a comfortable seat for a closing prayer. So just find your easy pose. If you like, you can use hands in prayer position at the heart center, or you can relax your hands down, however it feels good to you. Giving thanks to the Spirit within and beyond. I ask for continued strength as I walk this path of healing. May I grow more compassionate, empathetic, and loving, not in spite of my grief, loss, and experience, but because of them. I am grateful for my life because it is and will continue to be truly blessed. May I never take a single moment for granted. May I honor this and all moments as sacred and trust the process of healing and life. May it teach me well as I surrender to the truths revealed and open my heart to love more widely and boldly than I ever imagined possible. Thank you so much for joining me here for this beautiful heart healing practice for grief and loss of any kind. May you feel uplifted, cared for, and inspired, balancing looking back with looking forward. Hari Om. Namaste.